It's Monday morning. Good morning. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. How many times can I say morning this morning? It's the 18th day of July. It's 67 degrees and weird here at the Site B. It rained. And yeah, I can't tell if it's going to rain again or if it's going to be sunny. You can hear by the nasally tone of my voice that the weather is, of course, setting off my allergies. Figures, go live in the place in the world that is specifically designed to make you miserable most of the year. Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, okay. You know what it is? It's Monday, which means it's time to take a look at bundles. Yep, it's time to take a look at all the bundles, charity drives, and free stuff that's available this week. Remember, again, as always, these are PDFs, which means you got to print them out. No hardcover stuff. Usually, occasionally, but usually these are just PDFs. And as always, with downloading anything from a site, check it for viruses first, based upon my personal experience. Okay. We have the free Spelljammer Academy adventure up on this. It's the first of 4 over on D&D Beyond. It's only available on D&D Beyond, but it's free on D&D Beyond. It's not behind a paywall or anything. It is about 15, 20 pages. I was going to talk about it, but I felt like all I was going to say was just complaints about it, about all the things you can't do with it because it is on D&D Beyond. And, you can't print stuff out. You can't, if you don't have D&D Beyond, basically, this is sort of pointless. Unless you're interested to see what they're doing with Spelljammer. And yes, it is a module about a school, but it's the military academy in the Spelljammer universe, which is different. So apparently Spelljammer might be taking a more militaristic approach to spaceflight, or whatever they're calling it. It's not spaceflight. It's sphere flight. I don't know. Anyways, it's up if you want to check it out. There is a free preview up for the Doctors and Daleks 5e role-playing game, including stats for the Daleks. It is based upon referring to the current Doctor, Jodie Whittaker, so there's lots of references to she and her. This is not the place to talk about Jodie Whittaker and her run as the Doctor, but we do know it was mired with controversy, and I'm sure the fact that they chose to use her as the token Doctor will get them a lot more slack. Okay, there's a thing called Rascals. It's an OSR RPG that's available for free. Looks like it's a low magic fantasy about wretched rascals. Interesting. It's released under the Creative Commons Attribution License, so you can use it to create your own content as well. Where is this located, though? It's on Drive-Thru. So if you want to get a free PDF of something called Drive-Thru, based upon Knave, called Rascals, there you go. There is a micro adventure up for Cyborg, the Mork Borg cyberpunk build. It's called Neon Borg. That's available over on Drive-Thru. We have a 5e Magi Knight supplement. So if you've ever wanted to have Sentai heroes in your 5e game, we've got this thing up. It's also over at Drive-Thru. So if you ever wanted magical girls or Sentai heroes running around in your Dungeons & Dragons 5e game, yeah. DM's Guild has got a ton of pay-what-you-want subclasses for 5e. So if you're looking for some new subclasses for your 5e game because the plethora that Wizards of the Coast is not enough for you, yeah, there's more. There is a 2D20 system sale going on over at the modiphius site, I believe. Yeah, modiphius has a 2D20 sale. 20% off all core RPG products, tons of prizes to be won, and the announcement of the modiphius 2D20 PDF. Pink Dice Bag Publishing has a collection of several fantasy locations available on drive-thru. If you need a castle or catacomb or whatever, these are just things that you can download to have pictures and generators and stuff like that. That's for $23. We've got a collection of maps that are future setting, like cyberpunk type stuff, available for somebody from a company called Solution, but spelled with a 7. So it's SOLU7ION. Solution, but 7. Yeah. And that's available at drive-thru as well for $30. We've got a Grim Buckles crafting guide for information on how to craft stuff in D&D over at DM's Guild. A lot of people feel the crafting rules for 5e were never really built up upon. There's the tool use rules and some examples of tools, but, it never really went into what you could and could not do. There was some additional information on crafting in Xanthars, but not much. So, yeah, if you've always wanted to pursue the life of a blacksmith or whatever in 5e, here are some rules for how to do that for only $3. Charity bundles! Steve Jackson Games is doing not a bundle, but they're doing a t-shirt to support pro-choice. We talked about Steve Jackson's letter and how it was kind of cringy. But all proceeds from the t-shirt purchase go to support pro-choice charities. We've got a bundle of holding from a company called Castle Old Skull. It's a bunch of fantasy neutral supplements by Kent David Kelly. Classic includes dungeon guides, mythology, built stuff about his world, stuff like that. That's running about $8 and goes to support local fire departments. And then we've got a Fading Suns 4E bundle. It brings together all the core rules for Fading Suns and everything you need to start a Fading Suns. And that's $15. And then we have a Amazing Adventures 5e bundle. You remember I actually have a copy of Amazing Adventures. This is a pulp action role-playing game that has been converted to 5e. It's $10. Bundle of Holding has a whole bunch of GURPS bundles. The 4E GURPS Essential Bundle includes everything you would need to start playing GURPS, and that's $20. We've got the GURPS Space Bundle, which is $13 and includes everything you need to set up a GURPS Space campaign. But, of course, you would need the GURPS 4E rules, so yes. And the third bundle is a Fantasy Bundle. Also from GURPS. This includes all the stuff you would need for GURPS Fantasy, including GURPS Fantasy 4E and GURPS Magic. This is $20, but again, you would also need the GURPS 4E Essential Bundle, or at least the GURPS rules. We've got a bundle for Shadowrun up on Humble Bundle. This is a whole bunch of stuff set to play in the Shadowrun world, including the Shadowrun 6th edition rules. It's $10 and goes to support local food banks. We have a Humble Bundle from Fantasy Gaming Fiction. These are several PDF books based upon various board games and role-playing games, including Legends of the Five Rings and Arkham Horror. It goes to support, obviously, literacy charities, and is running about $10. There's also an RPG Maker Resurrection Bundle. Anybody remember RPG Maker? It is a software that you can use to design your own video games, and the bundle includes everything you would need, including assets. It's running about $25, and it goes to charities that support, special needs individuals who are also gamers. So that's cool. So yes, if anybody wants to know the stats for Dalek and 5e, you can go check out the preview for Doctors and Daleks. If you're interested in what's going on with Modiphius, a whole bunch of free Modiphius stuff sounds cool, and a whole bunch of discounted Modiphius stuff also sounds cool. That's about it for this week. If any of these titles sound interesting, just head on over to DriveThru or Humble Bumble and download them. Till next time, I've been the OGGM, suffering from horrible allergies and unable to speak. But that's it for today. We might have one more thing to talk about, but it's Critical Role related, so I'm not sure whether I'm going to do it or not, because whenever I talk about Critical Role, I get into trouble. But then I'm always curious about how Critical Role is sort of just what's going on in the world of Critical Role. Yeah. I don't know. Till next time, I've been the OGGM. If you appreciate this content, let me know. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Please like. Please share. Please have a great day. Stay healthy. Drive safe. And get off my land.